Welcome to a Fallout 76 episode. Yesterday I showed you Atlas Observatory and the changes going on here when a number of people reminded me I missed this note. To anybody who comes by, I had to leave for a bit to find spare parts for the bots. I'll be back soon if you're interested in what we're doing here. This place is going to be amazing when we're done. I hope you'll help us. I've sealed up the place, so if you're looking to bust in and have a look around, sorry to disappoint. And please, don't touch my stuff while I'm gone. I can't exactly stop you, but you don't exactly have to be a jerk either. And it's signed Russell Dorsey. So that note was just inside this tent, and I completely missed it. Now, I took a trip into Atlas Observatory before patch 20, and this is the lore I found inside. So there was only one working terminal inside the building, the scientific director's terminal. Let's have a look. His name was Isaac Hammond. And we are logging in as James Oberlin. So let's take a look at some of these reports. Oberlin was the Chief Army Scientific Advisor to the Atlas program. The Atlas program was moving slower than expected. I'm here to do what I can to step it into gear. It is at my discretion that Washington will cut funding if the prototype does not yield results. And they were doing something with this thing called the Atlas Accelerator. And on to the second report. They basically had moderate success doing a light rainfall across a significant localized area. But for funding, they needed to have a more high energy weather condition for funding to continue. So let's continue to the next report. Government's got to spend its money somehow. Let's see. On the third report, they were able to produce a wide variety of weather conditions, including a near whiteout blizzard, an unusual occurrence in mid-August. So they're going to have a meeting with the top brass back in Washington to go over, surprise, military applications for the Atlas technology. Let's find out what's in the next report. On 8/17/77, it's been fully approved and funded for military applications. Surprise! This could prove to be a massive asset in the war effort against China. Imagine blanketing the nation in thick black clouds until crops die out, wiping out naval ports with typhoons, or sending fierce lightning storms against vulnerable air bases to ground air units. Heck, we can even deploy Atlas to quell any potential domestic uprisings. The sky's the limit here. It is my assessment that the Atlas system will diminish the threat of an all-out nuclear war. No one would believe that a string of bad weather is under our control. And 2 days ago, I received a letter from my superiors in Washington, completely out of the blue. They were shutting Atlas down. They were in total shock, and when they read the details, they said it was, the usual cost-cutting measures, taxpayer responsibilities. It also said further instructions would follow. This honestly didn't make any sense to Isaac Hammond. And the last report, I received a follow-up letter from my commanding officer. I was to go back through all the data that Dr. Hammond collected and adjust the values and results to show Atlas looked like a failure. They were burying the project that could shift the focus of the war, and why were they suddenly being so covert about the whole thing? They had millions of questions and everything, and they just broke the news to Hammond, and he instantly flew into a rage. They had to have him escorted from the building by MPs, and eventually he walked off the property without a word. And that was all from James Oberlin, and Isaac Hammond was the scientific director. So that's what we know about the Atlas project. What the Brotherhood of Steel wants with it, who knows? Weather modifications, all kinds of things. And there we go, Atlas Observatory. Thanks so very much for watching, and we'll see you out in the wasteland.